24 degrees here and sunny in Macau for our second race on Grand Prix Day for the 70th Macau Grand Prix, and we are about to have a very special race. It is for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge, a special race just for this weekend, celebrating 70 years at Macau, and it is for a unique feature of the Macau Grand Prix weekend because road sports cars have been a very active and very welcome part of the calendar for many years here at Macau. Slightly different look to the cars this year because we have Toyota GR86s and Subaru BRZs. They are the only two makes represented on this field, but it is a very full field and a very colourful field as you expect for this part of the world, and the grid will line up in according to the order that you see on the screen for what is going to be well, we have had so far, David Addison up here in the commentary box, very well behaved races for this lot.
We have. I mean, yesterday did have an interruption, but it gave us some really lively racing, and it was a sort of one-lap shootout at the end. And the reason the result changed at the very end to give the win to this man who starts on pole position, the Macau driver Lei Kit Meng, was because the man that won on the road got a penalty for jumping the start, or a false start. And Lei Kit Meng, having his first win on the gear circuit, home driver, was, to say, beside himself.
How happy was he?
He had a second postcode. He was so beside himself. He was emotional. He was hugging anything and anybody, whether he knew them or not. He was overjoyed.
He did hug everyone,
yes.
Didn't he? Yeah.
This is the car that was second yesterday, Sama Chan.
Hugged scrutineers. Who hugs a scrutineer?
Well, I agree. I come from a long dash. Anyway, Sama Chan, damage in the qualifying session, hence all the sticky tape. That's second in the race yesterday on corrected times. Third, Liu Yongyin, who was fourth on the road but benefited yesterday from Adrian Chung's penalty, which really compromised Adrian Chung because of the late race safety car, and they all bunched up, and he only got one lap to try and open a gap again. Fourth on the grid, Chun Kin Sang. But yeah, the point being that these are all very standard cars. They're sort of Group N production saloon spec Toyota GR86s or Subaru BRZs. The Road Sport Challenge then has gone from being a catch-all saloon sports car category to this easier to police and low-cost entry-level series. That is Adrian Chung, winner on the road yesterday, but he's determined to be a proper race winner, if you like, today, having won his class in the championship. The Road Sport Championship is very well populated, so much so that they're split into two groups, and what we had racing last week were those drivers that finished 16th or lower, and these are the drivers who were in the top 15 in the two groups. So you know these drivers are good.
You do, and you're quite right to say that Adrian Chung has got a point to prove today. The car has been supremely quick. He was supremely quick in the race yesterday. Just that indiscretion costing dearly, and we get the chance to look right the way down the grid at, we mentioned how colourful these cars are. Look at that, the number 82 car of Wong Kai Hong in the Subaru BRZ, keen to get his car and his face on the world coverage of this event. Car number one, the car of Rui Valent. Just chatting to the team, one of the mainstays of these races here at Macau over the years.
And he did a good job yesterday because he started 23rd and ended up 9th. So I know a few fell off ahead of him, but that was still a good push through the field, as you see there. The car of Chung Hin-Hua, who again, with a cheery wave to the camera, is looking forward to pushing on in this race. 86 is Duncan Leung. He drives for Team Master Champ. And there's no doubt about his westernised name, as it is on the front of his crash helmet. Drink bottle there, and on his outside is Lo Kai Tin, number 36, with the Team Pro Spec entry.
And it's really good that we get the camera crew, two cameras down on the grid showing Aaron Kwong, and it's good that they get the chance to get right the way down the grid and show all of the cars, because this does mean so much to the drivers. 21 is Ko Tim Tak, and thumbs up, ready to go. They are so pumped up and ready for this, aren't they? 38 is the car of Lao Tse Fung in another Team Master Champ Toyota.
And then you come to number 2, Mochi Fai, who took 2 race wins this year. He will start 16th. Yesterday, he had a problem on the grid and started from the pit lane. So we've not really seen the best of him yet. So I think Mochi Fai will be another man to watch. And he knows exactly what he wants to do, and that's go that way and get up the order.
42 is the car of Leung Yuk Choi in the RPM Racing Team Toyota. Thumbs up, ready to go. They're all pumped for this, aren't they? It's Grand Prix day.
Absolutely.
There's a different feeling altogether today. The immediacy about the teams. Is everything all right with that car? That's the 88 car of Wu Wai Hong, Team Prospect Toyota.
I think they're happy. But yes, a bit of last-minute worry for Eason Wu. And there is Thun King Leung next on the grid.
So just about time. How far down the grid have we got? Because they've just had the clear the grid board down there on the start-finish line. And 72 is Leung Kei Hei. Leung Kei Hei in the Spark Racing Toyota.
And he's 20th. 21st is Carson Tang. Well, he's not even in the car yet. So, yes, thank you from the heart. Yes, a bow and put your helmet on. But the grid's being cleared, Carson. So crack on. That's Mo Kwok Hung. Now he got in. Now you get to the quick drivers that are out of position here, really, don't you? Because Mo Kwok Hung ended up clattering the barriers yesterday, 7th in his group in the championship. So he will be a man to watch. This is one of the drivers that also got involved in skirmishes, although innocently he was harpooned. And it is Hugh Zhou Lang. And he was rather kiboshed yesterday by Leung Kei Hei, but he did soldier on as best he could. That is Action Chan. He bounced off the barriers yesterday, and he's quick. And then the back row is the Group B champion, 99 Lo Pat Yu in the bright yellow car. There it is. Look, you can see the witness marks on the front. That is one to watch. And so is the man that was his runner-up in Group B, Duncan Chan. He's going to round out the grid 26. So the back row particularly will be of 2 drivers well worth looking at. But there's a whole heap out of position there in those last 4 or 5 rows of the grid.
Yeah, and serious faces at the back of the grid because they know they've got a job to do. It's not easy to overtake. We've got this pinch point down at Lisboa, which is a tremendous overtaking point on the circuit. Other than that, you've just got to be immensely brave and take an opportunistic move to make your way through from the back of the grid.
Picking a winner out of this is going to be very, very difficult indeed. What, again, is heartening is that despite the fact that we did have a few with damage yesterday, all 26 are all there. They all look pretty much immaculate, bar the odd scuff on a fender here and there. But don't for a minute think that motor racing in this region is not at a high standard. It is, and you can see that from the teams, from the presentation, from the preparation, and from the fact that there are so many drivers in the region who go racing as we go back down the front of the grid then. So there, as the grid is being cleared, is the pole position driver, Lei Kit Meng. He won yesterday, but on corrected times. He was second over the stripe, but with the penalty being given to Adrian Chung, he inherited the win. He would dearly love not just to do the double, but to see the checkered flag first and make it, dare one say, a proper win.
Yeah, and pumped up from the podium yesterday. What can you expect today from Lei Kit Meng? Because all weekend, up until yesterday, you and I had been saying he needs to be more up the pointy end, doesn't he? And inherited a couple of places, but then drove a very, very good race to get into second place, which ultimately became the race win.
Yeah, because he was 6th on the grid, which was a bit underwhelming, given his ability. He raced in Europe for a time, drove in British F3 briefly, did Lei Kit Meng. He runs the team that operates his car, RPM Racing Team, but for a Macau driver to win. In fact, we had a Macau driver 1-2 yesterday, but genuinely, as we were saying a moment ago, the emotion of Lei Kit Meng yesterday was absolutely unconfounded. Right, any moment, doors will close, engines will fire, and the grid will clear as we get set for race 2 of the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge. Quite rightly, you could say, reflecting the local drivers and their contribution to keeping the event going through the last 3 troubled years.
Yep, the last 3 years were kept going at a huge amount of preparation from the organising committee and from the sporting body as well. And it was drivers like this, cars like this, teams like this that kept things going over the last 3 years, so that now we could welcome back Grand Prix Day here with Formula 3 machinery at the top of the bill. And a good nod to the Formula 4 cars that have taken that top bill was the fact they had the headline race last weekend and were absolutely superb around the gear circuit. And a really nice thing that the sporting body were able to find a slot for Formula 4 cars, because they work really well around this circuit, but not just Formula 4, but all of these local cars and teams and drivers as well.
So the 1 minute board has been shown, and in a moment or two then the cars now on the green light and the green flag will be released. The last opportunity to get a little bit of warmth into the Yokohama rubber as they blast away down towards Reservoir, headed by Lei Kit Meng, who now will be thinking about how he can control this race from the front, but it's towards the back. 99, Lo Pat Yu, one to watch. 33, Damon Chan, one to watch. Number 20, Action Chan, he had a spin at Reservoir, didn't he, and ended up in the wall yesterday. 93 of Mo Kwok Hung, who caused a bit of a drama at Lisboa. Again, all these drivers quick and worth watching, and so much has got to be done over the first few corners, hasn't it? Because once you get to the mountain section, you can't really overtake, and it means that further up the order, people are getting away.
Yep, this is going to be a fascinating one to watch, not just from the front of the grid for the exuberantly happy winner from yesterday, from Lei Kit Meng, but also from the back of the grid as well, with cars that maybe are out of position according to how quickly they have gone over the course of this weekend. And also good to watch from the third row of the grid, Adrian Chung in car number 11, because Adrian Chung, although crossing the line first, having a 10-second penalty yesterday, not taking the race win, did his very best at getting a 10-second gap on
did he ever?
the one-lap restart, but unfortunately not taking the spoils of victory. Looked to be, he was stood by the car, wasn't he, when the camera was down there, and looking to be pumped up and up for the challenge of this. And that's going to be all about the opening lap and how many places can be made up off the start of the race on the run down towards Lisboa.
Let me get this out of the way, because we've touched on it in every session. If you haven't seen any of the 70th anniversary challenge action thus far, don't worry about the hazard lights. So standard are these cars in terms of the trim. It means that when a driver does a heavy brake, the car thinks there's an emergency stop coming up, and therefore the hazard lights come on. It's become a feature over the course of the weekend. You know who's pushing, because they then have to brake hard, and that's evinced by the fact that on come the hazard lights. So don't think someone's got a problem. It is purely that they've stood on everything very suddenly. There you go. Lei Kit Meng proving the point for me.
You know each other's braking points rather well as well, don't you? Plenty of clues there. Just how hard are you braking into this corner? Oh, all right, you're doing that, are you? Around Donna Maria. That's the long left-hander at the top of the hill section. Leads them up towards the Macau hairpin. Very, very tight part of the circuit. Tightest part of the circuit.
Lei Kit Meng, I think, might have a long wait on the grid here, because he's gone absolutely storming off, hasn't he, here? I mean, I know the purpose of the green flag lap is to get warmth into the tyres, but he's going to have a very long wait because nobody else has gone with him.
No, and all of that work to get heat into the tyres could slightly be undone, because he'll be sitting on his own at the front of the grid.
I'm assuming that he is going to stop on the grid. But yes, it's been
a
very brisk warming up lap. Finally,
is everybody else?
Yeah, he'll look in the mirror and think, what have I done with them all? So up towards the timing line he comes, and that's where he will stop on pole position, and then he will wait.
So, in splendid isolation, the pole position car takes up its place on the front of the grid.
Now, there is an official running onto the track, onto the grid, and Lei Kit Meng, I think, has now, yes, he has stopped on the grid, so the official hasn't gone to him. Anyway, we'll worry about that in due course as the next
He had to find reverse as well. Had to get back into his grid slot, because he just slightly overcooked the run up towards pole position. It's been a long wait, this.
It is.
Was he weaving the car?
I don't think he needed to weave particularly. He was just going so quickly, and the heavy braking was helping to get the tyre temperatures up that way.
Well, that's an alternative way of doing it.
It is. Well, two bits of good news. One is that the rest are coming, and the other bit of good news is that the egg he was boiling is now done. So he's occupied the 3 minutes, and he's now joined by some of the rest of the grid. As long as he's not having a nap, he's now ready for the start of the race. But Lei Kit Meng finally is joined by the rest of the pack.
So 6 rows in place, a few more to get into place with these Toyotas and Subarus. And although we've got plenty of Toyotas in this field. They are, by a long way, the predominant choice of car. The Subarus go well. They're equally matched right the way down the order. So interesting to see who comes out on top of the Subaru battle as well, as the last few lines take their place. Row 8 in place, row 9 in place, row 10 in place. A very colourful grid for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge. A one-off race with this title and a celebration of 70 years of the Macau Grand Prix. I think we're set. We'll get a green flag at the back of the grid. There it goes, and we are ready to go racing for race 2 for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge.
5 lights are red, lights go out now. It is blast off. A good start made by Lei Kit Meng, but an even better start by Summer Chan, number 25 on the inside line. And Summer Chan leads as they dive into reservoir for the first time. Now the really brave ones from the back have got to be on their toes to get through the traffic, and down to Lisboa. This is going to be really frantic. Lei Kit Meng mugged off the line, but now 6 in the draft as they head towards Mandarin. But it's into Lisboa where the late braking may well work. Good start by Adrian Chung, number 11. He's up in a 4th place. On the brakes there at Mandarin was Liu Yongyen, but he's up the inside to try to defend. Look from Adrian Chung. He tries to get up the inside, but has Lei Kit Meng got a problem? He's been absolutely mugged in a straight line. Look, he's gone from pole to 4th. Fights back on the inside line. Round the outside, tries to go number 11 of Adrian Chung. Just avoids the wall, and he's 3rd, but Lei Kit Meng's had a dreadful first couple of corners.
He really has. It was a peculiar green flag lap. I wonder if there was something up with the car. There's more problems now down at Lisboa. We've got a proper Macau car park at the right-hander at Lisboa. Everybody gradually slots their way through, slithers their way through, but 4 cars at least are going nowhere.
And one of those was Lo Pat Yu, the Group B champion for the back row of the grid. He was on the outside and had nowhere to go. No damage, so some of them will reverse their way clear of that. It'll take a while to sort itself out, but the battle for the race lead here, look, is Summer Chan ahead of Liu Yongyin as they come then through the faraway S's, heading towards police for the first time. And then there's another little scrap going on behind, but the yellow flag is still out at Lisboa. We'll wait and see whether it clears by the end of the lap. As there, Lei Kit Meng fending off Adrian Chung, so he's fought back, hasn't he? Lei Kit Meng up into 3rd place, but he's got a lot of ground to make up against the top 2.
I sort of wondered with that slightly peculiar green flag lap if he was trying to sort out a problem with the car. Was there a problem with the car? It certainly wasn't good off the line, was it? It was a super start by Summer Chan, Chan Chi Ha, to give him his full name, and they are now the top 2 going around the right-hander at Donna Maria, left-hander at Donna Maria, into the Melco hairpin. We're cleared down at Lisboa. This is how it happened.
So one gets sideways, others go wide, and then he's in the middle of the road. That was number 1, was it not, who blocked the track, Rui Valente. And another one in the barriers, 93. That is Mo Kwok Hung. So he had an accident yesterday, driver that was 7th in his class in the championship. Big dive by Adrian Chung into Fisherman's Bend, and he's gone 3rd. That was a brave effort, and it has worked, and Lei Kit Meng drops to 4th.
Pretty rare you see an overtaking manoeuvre down there, and very, very determined we said Adrian Chung would be during this race. He won on the road yesterday. 10-second penalty means he wasn't on the podium, but today, from 6th place on the grid, he's got places to make up early on in the race. He's doing it with great standard as he makes his way through in 3rd place, down on the run towards the right-hander. This is good work by Adrian Chung. Early in the race, he's going to be right in the tail as they head down towards the overtaking place at Lisboa. He could lead this race, you know. He is right there with the leaders. And through Mandarin, the slingshot through Mandarin, this is the run. It's going to be up into 2nd place, hopefully for Adrian Chung, by the time they get down towards Lisboa.
He's on the outside line then, the leader just gapping them slightly. Hard on the brakes goes Liu in 2nd place, Adrian Chung 3rd, Lei Kit Meng trying to fight back. Chung couldn't quite do it, surprisingly, going into Lisboa, given the pace, because that was a good defence by Liu Yingyin on the inside line. That, for the moment, lets Summer Chan escape. And there, Adrian Chung has a look going up the hill. Blimey, he's taken his brave pills this morning, hasn't he? And we're getting a replay here of into the wall, crashing 93 of Mo Kwok Hung. That's into the tar stack. And drama again, Chung up the inside there. He's absolutely determined to take second place, no messing, but that's delayed him and brought Lei Kit Meng back onto his tail.
He's got the pace, we knew that. He's also got bravery today, and he knows he needs to make these places up early on in the race to stand any chance of catching up with Summer Chan, who leads the race in car number 25 from Lu Longyin. And Adrian Chung is driving so determined. We said yesterday, didn't we, there aren't really overtaking places on this tight and twisty section, but you can in a saloon car, in a touring car, squeeze your way through, but you've got to be incredibly brave. Adrian Chung is incredibly brave today around the right hand of police.
Lo Pak Yu, incidentally, even though he got caught up in the dramas at Lisboa, is up to 17th from 25th on the grid. So he's not hanging about. And Damon Chan, 26th to 14th on the first lap. So you've got two there, really hustling on. But Summer Chan leading the way, and Adrian Chung knowing that he can't afford to lose time behind Lu Yongyin. He would try, I'm sure, at Macau if he were allowed to, but he's not. So they come down towards the hairpin. Well, we know he can pass going into Fisherman's. We saw that on Lei Kit Meng. He's going to try and line up and do it again as the top three all bunch up at the hairpin.
Yep, they slither through the hairpin, single file on the way out, down through Black Sands. The circuit opens up. The cars bounce on the bumps around the gear circuit here at Macau. Normal roads during the day, and for the next year or so until we enjoy the 71st Macau Grand Prix in 2024. But for now, we're all focused on this battle for second place and then bringing down the gap for the leader. Adrian Chung goes to the left-hand side of the track, side by side. Wow, that's brave, isn't it? Having a look down there at the final turn.
But it's interesting just how good at defending Lu Longyin is, because Lei Kit Meng could not repel Adrian Chung, and yet Lu has done it for an entire lap. But now Adrian Chung is even more determined. He's done the fastest lap of the race, a 2:52.7. He's in the draft as they come down towards Mandarin on the slightly dustier, dirtier side of the road in defence there. Look, is Lu number 6 to the outside line. Again goes Adrian Chung. He thinks about going all the way around the outside. That does not work. And what that has done also is take him out of the slipstream. So he's got to get back into that. He really needs the inside line down to Lisboa. But by the time they get towards the braking zone, look, he's just dropped a length or so. He's not close enough, therefore, to dive up the inside.
And also needed to keep a close eye in the mirrors as well, because it's pretty close behind. Lei Kit Meng in 4th place. Adrian Chung is absolutely on a mission. Look at this, tied together to the boots of Chan Chi-ha as they head their way up San Francisco Hill. All of this is allowing our leader to pull away in the number 25 car leading the race. And Adrian Chung driving very determined indeed.
So at the moment then, the race leader wriggling his way up towards us, Summer Chan ahead of Lu Longyin, and then in 3rd spot, number 11, Adrian Chung. But it's not been as easy to get past Lu as he might have anticipated, and he is still stuck there. You can see how determined he is, because he's not just sitting in the wheel tracks. He is feinting left and right, and again has a think about the inside, but he can't do it.
Keeping an eye as well on those cars that started out of position, if you like, at the back of the grid. Damon Chan has just put in an overall best on Sector 2 up into 12th place. Adrian Chung has just put in an overall best in Sector 3 in car number 11, and they all bunch up together, a trio for the lead as they head out of Moorish. Up Faraway Hill they have gone, and around Donna Maria they now go. So all three of them has now bunched up together. The trio for the lead head up towards the Melco hairpin. This could be one to watch.
Indeed, and Lei Kit Meng has got the best seat in the house, hasn't he, in 4th place, waiting for it to end in tears ahead of him.
He watched it all happen yesterday and picked up the pieces.
Yeah, and then in 5th place behind him, it is Su Yenhong. So the race leaders come down, Black Sands. Little bit of a bump in the road there, just unsettles Summer Chan's car. And let's see what Adrian Chung can do. He's done the fastest lap of the race, but is he close enough to make a move? Yes, he is. Does he have a go? Yes, he does! On the inside goes second. Adrian Chung, full send up the inside. Licked the stamp and sent it, didn't he? Through he goes on the inside line. And Adrian Chung now has got one car between himself and the win that he so desperately wants. Summer Chan leads the way with the tank tape special, holding on that damaged bodywork. Up towards the line they come. So it is game on now at the end of lap 3 in this 8-lap race. The margin between Chan and Chung is half a second.
Quite a move that was, wasn't it? There is not just one overtaking position here at Macau. but any other than Lisboa takes a huge amount of bravery, and he did it. He's going to do it again, isn't he? Goes down on the inside, he's on the right-hand side of the course, and he leads. So, wow, through Mandarin, on the run down towards Lisboa. We've got a new race leader from 6th on the grid, Adrian Chung, making amends.
Fantastic drive, this, by Adrian Chung. In 3rd place, then, it is Liu Yongyan trying to get onto the tail of Sama Chan. Big late break from Lei Kit Meng, trying to close as well, but I think Chung's going to drive away from them now. And Lei Kit Meng's pace still strange, as up the inside looks there for 2nd place. Liu Yongyan couldn't go through, but not for the want of trying. And while all this is going on, the Damon Chan charge has put him up into 12th place. And that's been another very impressive drive.
Yeah, he's just put in 3 overall best sectors. Sectors 2, 3 and 4 for Damon Chan. Still in 12th place, but he's made his way up through half of the field so far. And we are 4 laps in. So I've got a feeling that Adrian Chung, now he's in the lead of the race, is about to check out, isn't he? The gap is extending between himself and Chan Chi-hal, the erstwhile race leader. And as Adrian Chung is making amends for yesterday, Damon Chan is up into 11th place now, and an overall best sector in sector 2 for Damon Chan. He really is on a march through the field, isn't he? So too was Adrian Chung, as he makes his way up towards the right-hander at Police. Turns through Police. That car has been brilliant all weekend. From Thursday, free practice, qualifying on Friday, and in the qualifying race yesterday. Just that penalty costing him the top step of the podium. He's determined on Grand Prix day he will take a race win here at Macau. Now really the battle, the focus is on for 2nd place with Chan Chi-hal, that did lead the race. Now defending, black and orange flag to car number 38. And I wonder if that's something to do with the timing sensor inside the car, because we've had some peculiar representations from car number 38 on the timing screen. That's Lao Tse Fung. So black and orange is a technical warning flag. The car needs to come in, I reckon, for the timing sensor, David, probably.
Okay, yes.
Because we had an errant reading from 38.
We did. So Lei Kit Meng soldiering on in 4th place, but kind of doing what he's done for the bulk of the weekend, really, which is being there or thereabouts. Not quite as quick, but, you know, better than many. But he's never had the outright pace. But Adrian Chung's car is just in a different league. He's taken the lead and he's pulled away by over 2 seconds in the space of a lap from Sama Chan. Liu Yongyan in 3rd place, Lei Kit Meng in 4th, and then 5th in the background, the yellow nose car. Now you've got Su Yang Hong. Ko Tim Tak is in 6th place. Damon Chan is up into 9th. A safety car would really help him now.
Yeah, it would. He's putting in overall best sectors. Again, on that last lap, it was sector 2 that Damon Chan went particularly well. But not surprisingly, the fastest lap of the race taken on the previous lap. Not only happy to get into the front of the field to lead the race, but also a fastest lap on the way for Adrian Chung with a 2:48.6.
Indeed, so very good drive this by Adrian Chung. Got a yellow flag out somewhere, according to the timing screen. But right now, you're looking at Sama Chan hanging on to that 2nd place. And Liu Yongyan not being able to really stay on his tail all the way around the lap, specifically where he needs to be in order to try to overtake. But Sama Chan looking good in that 2nd spot. And Lei Kit Meng, I think, will be a little bit disappointed with this. As we keep saying, that car has never quite come alive.
No, this is more representative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of how the car has been over the course of the weekend.
Total contrast to Adrian Chung's car, which has just been outstandingly good all weekend.
It's been a missile. It's been a missile in this race as well, and also showed us that it's not just one solitary place on the circuit you can overtake in a saloon car. I wonder if they're watching that from the TCR World Tour event, because they are coming up next and they've got the Macau gear race to race for. You can slip and slide a touring car through on this tight twisty section, but boy does it take a bit of bravery. Battle for 2nd place with Chan Chi-hal, led the race early on. Adrian Chung got past, and now having to defend from Liu Yongyan, putting him under real pressure, isn't he?
He is indeed, down towards Macau, where you're not allowed to overtake because of the narrowness of the hairpin on the exit. It's okay on the way in, but there you can see the perils, given how narrow and tight it is coming out the other side. Then drop downhill, and the cars pound down through Black Sands. Lopak Yu, incidentally, the other driver on the back row of the grid, is up into 11th place, and he's doing absolute best in the sectors. And again, he's the kind of driver that would need a safety car. But the trouble is, if it came out now late in the race, we might run out of racing laps.
Yeah, you're quite right. The pace from the back of the grid has been good. They've made up half of the field so far, but this is where it gets a little bit difficult because they are surrounded by quick cars as well. So in front of Damon Chan at the moment is Mo Chi Fai in car number 2, another quick driver from the course of this weekend. Lopak Yu continues a good lap this time. Overall best in sectors 2 and 3, personal best in sector 4, and 5 laps completed now by the top 3. They have been through 3 laps to go in this Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge. Adrian Chung leads by quite a chunk, 3.7 seconds.
And Lei Kit Meng is under attack, look, from Su Yen Hong, and also Chan Chi Ha under attack finally from Lu Longyin. Down they come towards Lisboa, although he was good into Mandarin, but I think Lu Longyin is a bit more cautious at Mandarin than others, and that's why, again, he's lost a length. Chan goes defensive, look, on the run down towards Lisboa. To the outside line goes Lu, number 6, but he wants to get the undercut coming out of the corner if he can. Just quickly pounce on the way to San Francisco. Goes to the inside and runs out of road.
Can't quite squeeze around that run up towards San Francisco. It can be done. We've seen it done. We've seen it being done coming out of San Francisco and going up that steep hill as they go into the tight and twisty section of the circuit. Lopak Yu in 11th place has just put in the overall best lap of the race at 2:47.477.
And also you just saw Damon Chan ahead of Mo Chi Fai, which means we've had a change for 8th place.
Yeah, that's been a while coming.
26th to 8th for Damon Chan. I think that's the drive of the race.
That's not bad, is it? Lopak Yu is a couple of places behind from the back of the grid as we continue to watch this battle for second place with Chan Chi Ha defending. Lu Longying using every possible inch of the tarmac to make his presence known, to be shown in the wing mirrors. They're all closing up now with Lei Kit Meng, race winner from yesterday, just behind. Great battle this for second place. Doing well under pressure as well is Chan Chi Ha.
Yeah, you're right. He's not getting away, and therefore they've concertinaed again. Lei Kit Meng being thrown that lifeline, but as they come now out of Moorish up towards Donna Maria, Lei Kit Meng in turn has now got Chun Kin Sang on his tail. And a little bit of a mistake by Summer Chan deep into Donna Maria, puff of tar smoke, but he's able to just recover from that in time.
Yeah, and did well to recover and not lose a place, but he's being put under so much pressure. So much pressure now. 4 cars all in one train thread their way through the Macau hairpin, down through Black Sands. The circuit opens up down towards Fisherman's.
Effort here as Lopak Yu has got a problem because that is Duncan Leung going back ahead of him. Lopak Yu was clear and has slowed, so Duncan Leung goes past. Lopak Yu is heading for the pit lane as 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. They're heading towards us here. Summer Chan still in 2nd place. Yeah,
we said Adrian Chung had checked out. He's just put an overall best in sector 4 and he leads at the end of 5 laps, and now by... Let's see what the gap is going to be before the second place car comes through. 6.5 seconds. So Chan Chi Ha being held up. The fact he's defending so fast is allowing Adrian Chung to further... Well, he's doubled the gap, hasn't he, at the front of the field on just that lap. 6.5 seconds the advantage.
To the inside line there dives Lu Longyin, and again thinks better of it. So he slots back in behind Summer Chan. But this is where he needs to make the move. Stay in the slipstream, stay in the draft, and then be really, really brave on the brakes. We've seen a couple of times he tries to go wide in and tight out and pounce on the inside coming out of the corner. It hasn't worked yet. Again, he's so late on the brakes, but he's hung out to dry this time, and that's going to bring Lei Kit Meng right onto his tail.
I was going to say... That's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Lei Kit Meng right on his tail now. So in terms of defending and attacking, he's now having to defend going up San Francisco Hill.
That takes the pressure off Summer Chan for the moment. So look, he's escaped by a couple of cars' lengths. One more lap to run at the end of this, but Lei Kit Meng has not given up on his quest for the podium here, has he? No question about that. And a little bit of a twitch for Lu Longyin's car coming down the hill there.
So a great battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th place as they head up towards the left-hander at Teddy Ip. Around the left-hander they go into the Solitude S's. The change of direction is constant. This not the place to mount an overtaking manoeuvre through the Solitude S's. It's so tight into the left and then the right. To take them ultimately up Faraway Hill to the right-handers at Police. They go side by side in this section, and it works. Wow. I said you can squeeze your way through in a touring car. You can in a saloon car as well. Well done. Wow, a change for second.
Now, has Summer Chan got a problem? Because that was an unexpected pass by Lu Longyin, and he's certainly fallen away straight off into the clutches of Lei Kit Meng. So Summer Chan loses one place, and now Lei Kit Meng thinks, well, if he can do it, so can I. But he's running out of options. A lap and a bit to go. Lu Longyin up in a second place. Really brave, really bold, really audacious pass. And Chan goes wide. Lei Kit Meng again tries to squeeze up the inside, but he can't do it. But it's looking now as though Summer Chan is on borrowed time.
Yeah, it certainly does, and that was a very, very brave manoeuvre. Just about 20 seconds, I think, after saying they don't overtake here. They'll just be line astern until the circuit opens up, and then an opportunistic moment, and it worked as well. Wow, you have to have respect from both drivers for that kind of manoeuvre.
Absolutely. So Lei Kit Meng then comes down towards us. Yellow flag is out within sector 4. That's the Police Moorish Donna Maria section of the circuit as the leaders are about to start the last lap of what's been a really, really good race. Credit to all the drivers, and deservedly giving us this 70th anniversary challenge race. Over the line goes then the leader, which is Adrian Chung, and he's miles clear of anybody else. Second is now Lu Longyin, and what about third? Starting the last lap then, it is Summer Chan ahead of Lei Kit Meng, and the gap between them is 0.8 of a second. Actually, it's greater than you might have thought. So again, Lei Kit Meng's car just does not seem to have the outright pace.
7.4 seconds is miles ahead for Adrian Chung, 7.4 ahead of Lu Longyin as they cross the line to go on to the final lap of the race. Adrian Chung has more than made up for yesterday, hasn't he? This is the last chance, and Lei Kit Meng just having a look. He's not close enough this time, though, is he?
Unless he can make Summer Chan force him into a mistake, he's not going to do it. But there is a bit of damage on the back of Summer Chan's car, and he goes wide, and Lei Kit Meng is going to go up the inside. They touch again, and we wait to see who comes out the other side of the corner, if either of them, because Lei Kit Meng knew that was his last roll of the dice. He was determined to get up the inside, and I'm waiting to see who is in second place. And still we wait, and still we wait. Down the hill they come, and still no news. So one hopes that it is Summer Chan, but we will see. So the cameras are trying to find the second place battle now, but there are no yellow flags, I don't think, so I think they have survived it, but Lei Kit Meng was absolutely determined to find a way by.
We found the leader, and he is completing the final few turns on the last lap as Adrian Chung has driven a superb race.
No change in the order then, so it is Chung, Lu, Chan and Lei. That's the order, despite Lei Kit Meng's best effort to go through.
Look down the line of commentary boxes, and all of them are going, where is it, where is it? That's the battle we want to see, and Lei Kit Meng not able to take that place away through the right-hander at Police, and then onwards they go. But Adrian Chung has driven a brilliant race. I think he is more than made up for the fact that he didn't take the top step of the podium despite taking the checkered flag first yesterday. Lei Kit Meng knows what it is to be on the podium here at Macau. He was delighted yesterday. He's doing everything he possibly can at every point on the circuit. Through Donna Maria is so tight on the exit, but I don't think without another mistake from Summer Chan, there is going to be the chance to take that place away, that final podium position. They thread their way around Macau hairpin.
He went wide there to try and get more of the corner and therefore be up to speed quicker coming out the other side, so he certainly hasn't given up. It's going to have to come here really at Fisherman's if he wants that third place, but it's going to be a win, and a deserved win after a great drive by Adrian Chung, who's on his way up towards the timing line, and fifth yesterday, but one on the road today. Honours in the 70th anniversary challenge at the Macau Grand Prix. The race winner is Adrian Chung. A great drive, checkered flag wave. Adrian Chung wins the 70th anniversary challenge race 2 with Lu Longyin in second place.
And a superb race by Adrian Chung. Did absolutely all he had to do. You could see on the grid, he was standing by the car, he was cool, he was calm, he knew what he had to do, and also he knew he had a car that had ultimate pace around this course this weekend. He has been supremely quick Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now Sunday on Grand Prix Day. What an honour to take the spoils of victory for the Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge. Hats off. That was a great drive by Adrian Chung. Not only did he win the race, he did it with some very, very determined moves of places on the circuit that you would not normally see overtaking manoeuvres. well done. Well deserved.
Totally.
Super race.
Totally. And a race without any interruption. No safety cars, despite incidents and
Yeah,
drama,
no.
but they all got through
A
it.
lap from the end, I wanted to say that, but
Yeah.
I decided to zip up my mouth.
Yeah, hold your tongue. But no, they have, I think, risen to the occasion, haven't they? Providing the
really
70th anniversary challenge race, and they've done us proud. A really, really good race there.
So Adrian Chung takes the win from Lu Long Yin, and a great battle at the end of the race between Chan Chi Ha, Summer Chan and Lei Kit Meng, the race winner from yesterday. Sort of slightly disappointed we didn't have Lei Kit Meng on the podium, because his celebrations yesterday were notable and memorable down in Parc Fermé. I reckon they might be notable and memorable for Adrian Chung, because he drove a superb race. Waiting for the drivers to complete the slow down lap. They'll be thanking the marshals all the way around the circuit. And our race winner, that car's been brilliant this weekend, hasn't it? Absolutely has not missed a beat. And started 6th on the grid, 5th on the grid, I beg your pardon, and taking the race win in determined style for Adrian Chung. For the first time, driving at a more sedate pace. I think he took the fastest lap of the race as well. The best lap, yep, a 2:48.697. So a full suite of plaudits for the Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge. Through that pinch point on the twisty part of the circuit, through police up towards Moorish. Big round of applause from the marshals around the course, and a thank you from the drivers as well. Onwards and inwards into the pit lane they will go, into Parc Fermé, and they will celebrate on the podium. The world's photographers already gathering on the pit wall just opposite the new for last year. Much larger podium that we have here, with the huge LED screen in the background showing the fans in the hospitality areas and the grandstands that are filling up as the morning goes on in the sunshine here at Macau. And we have this huge screen at the back that's able to show the grandstand in perfect definition, high definition screen, the action out on circuit. And the crowds and the grandstands, they watch the big screens, they ooh and ah in all the right places. They absolutely love this event, and they embrace it over the course of 2 weekends this year to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Macau Grand Prix. And as Adrian Chung leads the field, gets to the right left-hand side of the circuit, pulls into pit lane, and soon we will see the celebrations for Adrian Chung. Didn't put a wheel wrong.
No, very, very impressive drive. And again, you see drivers that can master the circuit. Well, he did that, and as you were making the point, some of those overtaking moves coming in unusual places, but he's been so quick all weekend, and a category winner within the Road Sport Challenge this year, so he was going to start as one of the favourites, but a really good effort there by Adrian Chung. And good racing all round, and I think perhaps having this as a not quite single make race, the two brands represented, it's given us less variety certainly than the old Road Sport Challenge races used to have here, but closer racing, because you don't have the disparity in modification or engine size or performance, therefore.
They look at home around the gear circuit. We said it last weekend when we first saw the Toyotas and Subarus making their way around the gear circuit. They look at home and they behave as well during the race. No need for interruption during that race, which is our second race of the day for the Macau 70th Anniversary Challenge.
Quite a lot of tank tape on Summer Chan's car, but it's done what it needed to do. It's kept the car going and kept it all intact to do the race.
So technical checks, the car will be weighed, driver weighed as well, and
number one.
Then number one, and well deserved as well for Adrian Chung. Crossed the line first yesterday, then a 10-second penalty applied after the race was restarted. Got a good gap. It wasn't 10 seconds, and therefore the win went the way of Lei Kit Meng yesterday. Slightly troublesome helmet to get off, but finally it's off for Adrian Chung. He was cool and calm at the start of the race. He's cool and calm at the end of the race as well. He won with an advantage of 7.4 seconds at the end of that race. Adrian Chung takes on a well-deserved drink of water in the sunshine. It's going to be warm work. About an hour ago, it was up to 24 degrees and climbing here at Macau. We've had all sorts of weather over the course of the last 7 days. We've had rain, we've had wind, and now we've got much more the normal kind of weather that we expect here at Macau. It's not been that humid as well over the last week. That's normally a feature. We are surrounded by water, so not surprising when the temperatures soar that we have a fairly humid environment. It's hot, it's hard work, but you forget all those things when you've won a race. And the podium winner's cap with the laurels on the peak on the head of our race winner, Adrian Chung. Celebrations, smiles, and they will be heading over to the podium very soon indeed to present our top three of Adrian Chung, Lu Long Yin and Chan Chi Ha. Summer Chan all make their way over to the podium. It's great to see these celebrations after the race, because we do say during the race how much it means to the teams and to the families and to the friends and to the drivers.
Explain.
I can't.
Okay.
I know I'm normally an aficionado of cuddly toys and all those kind of things, but...
I think you want one of those, don't you? I can tell you're getting jealous.
I'm not sure there's room in the case, but I may be able to squeeze it in.
So photographs taken, and the drivers getting the breath back, heading to the podium. And excellent to see the local drivers taking centre stage on Grand Prix morning. The stands filling up, the sun shining, and confirmation of Adrian Chung's win from Lu Long Yin and Summer Chan in third place. Lei Kit Meng fourth ahead of Chen Kin Sang, Su Yan Hong and Ko Tim Tak, with Damon Chan eighth in the end from 26th on the grid. Ninth, Yu Leung from Mochi Fai. In 11th place was Hu Zhoulang. He was another one up from the rear of the grid. Gerald Lau, number 38, finished in 12th place provisionally, and Fun King Leung in 13th ahead of Carlson Tang and Chung Hing Hua 15th. Well, the podium beckons. The drivers will be making their way to the podium very, very shortly. And then here on the gear circuit, we will look forward to the remainder of the day. 3 more races with the Macau Gear Race, the Macau GT Cup, and the Macau Grand Prix itself, the Formula 3 Grand Prix, to round out the day. The timetable over 4 days. Thursday always very, very busy with the 2 free practice sessions that the drivers get. Then Friday is a combination of free practice and qualifying. Saturday qualifying races, plus the Bike Grand Prix. No motorbikes on the Sunday. It used to be over 2 legs, but it's become just a single race in recent years. That happened yesterday. And so Sunday is purely given over to the cars, and therefore there's a little bit of extra time, if you like, within the timetable. But the winning drivers, having gone into the main Grand Prix building, head up the stairs to the first floor and then go to the back of the podium, where they will wait. They'll take on some water. The sponsors from SJM Resorts and Win Macau will be brought to the podium as well. They'll be invited forward to make the trophy presentations to the 3 very happy drivers. Photographers are all in place. The podium opposite, of course, the main grandstand on the pit straight, and the fans there enjoying all the action, both in front of them and on the big screens. And as family and friends await with the smartphones. So stepping forward now are the SGM Resorts trophy girls, and that means that we are almost ready to get the podium underway. Race 2 for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge.
Hello everyone, here comes the 70th Macau Grand Prix, Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge Race 2 Trophy Presentation Ceremony. First of all, let's welcome the top 3 finishers to the podium. On the second runner-up, number 25, Chen Chi Ha from Macau, China. Congratulations to our second runner-up. Welcome on the podium. And on the first runner-up, number 6, Lu Long Yin from Hong Kong, China. And here comes our winner of this race, number 11, Chung Adrian Kwok Hei from Hong Kong, China. Congratulations. Now I would like to invite the guests to present the laurel to our top 3 winners. Let's welcome Mr. Timothy Fogg, Chairman of the Board of Directors of SJM Resorts SA, to present the laurel to our top 3 finishers. Mr. Fogg, please, first of all, present the laurel to our second runner-up. Congratulations to the Macau, China driver, Chen Chi-ha. And now, Mr. Fogg, please present the laurel to our first runner-up, driver from Hong Kong, China, Lu Long-yin. And of course, laurel to our winner, Mr. Fogg, please. Driver from Hong Kong, China, Chung Adrian Kwok Hei. And Mr. Fogg, please remain at the center. Take a photo with our drivers, please. Please look to the front at the center. 我哋影咗呢一張花環嘅相先，陣間咧會再頒發獎杯嘅。Thank you, Mr. Fogg. Thank you very much. And after presenting the laurel, now we are going to, of course, present the trophies to our top 3 finishers on the podium. And I would like to invite the following guests. Please come to the podium and present the trophies for us. Let's welcome Ms. Linda Chan, President and Vice Chairman of the Board of Win Macau Limited, to present the trophies to the top 3 finishers. First, please present to our second runner-up, number 25, Chen Chi-ha from Macau, China. Congratulations. And Ms. Chan, please also present the trophy to the first runner-up, number 6, Lu Long-yin from Hong Kong, China. Last but not the least, I would like to invite Ms. Chan to also present the trophy to the winner, number 11, Chung Adrian Kwok Hei from Hong Kong, China. So Ms. Chan, please look to the front and take a photo with our finishers. One photo at the center, please. Thank you. Well, Ms. Chan, please remain here. Drivers, please remain on the podium, as I would like to also invite back Mr. Timothy Fogg to also take this group picture with our finishers. So drivers, you may reach to the top of the podium as well. 咁兩位車手咧都可以嚟到我哋頒獎台上最高嘅位置，一齊影呢一張嘅合照啦。Congratulations! Here are the winners of the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge Race 2. Thank you, our guests. Thank you very much. And drivers, please remain on the podium. Once again, thank you, our dear guests. Thank you very much. And ask the drivers to remain on the podium, because here comes the champagne shower time for our winners. Let our audience share your spectacular glory moments. They are all ready. Once again, loud cheers to our winners. All right, everybody ready? Congratulations! Woo! Congrats to the top 3 winners of the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge Race 2. Thank you very much. It's an exciting moment for all of us. Thank you.
One of the most energetic podiums of the 2 weekends, and the man that comes out on top then is Adrian Chung after a great drive. Happy teams down in the pit lane, and they've done us proud with some great racing over the course of the weekend. So more racing to come shortly, and that's after we've looked at the highlights of that Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge, before touring cars will be next on track.